Welcome. I hope you're ready for this because I certainly wasn't. I was late watching telly and then I got made saying talk, talk, talk. And I've got all these downloads and I've got something really important that I have to pass on. I've even had to make notes and it's so massive and it's so interwoven. Oh my word. And there's so many questions and so many answers, and they're giving them me. Right, just give us a card. Let's start it off. Oh, come on. I don't want a sneaky fox. I know who the sneaky fox is. Right, come on. Oh no. I'm not having them. They were stuck. Why don't you want to just give me one? Two. I don't want two. Make my nerves bad, you know. What's that one? Oh, very apt. Okay. So, this is what's going to happen to you, right? After I tell you these things, this is what's going to happen. Your transformation, right? In a relationship or in relationships, right? I just have to be kind and allow it to come out, right? So, what what's happening is, right? There's apparently, I mean, I understand what my last post was on about now. It was the keys of the castle, right? And I understand what it means now. I didn't at the time for me. Um, and what's going on this morning? As I was, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because they told me I have to do this as energies, but I'm not going to do it as energies. And there's no small talk on this one. Well, that suits me fine because I'm an Aquarius and we don't like small talk much. So this is about the twin flames, and they're giving this to me, right? Why they're giving it to me, I do not know. Oh, right. The twin flame, right? Divine love template, right? Has always existed in humanity's consciousness, in our collective consciousness. It's always existed there. Now, if you think about it, that's why deep down we have that, the ideal scenario or scenarios. You have it or you want it, right? You might think you have it, you might think you don't have it, and you have it. This is amazing. So how do they know? Do you know what I mean? This is how it goes. This is how the process goes. So how do they know? Right? Sorry. Oh yes, it is. It is. It is just. Oh, do you know? It is a web. This is a great big web, and I have to try and say it to use. Right. This is a process, right? And it's one. It's not really about the outcome, and it's everything's a paradox, right? Okay. So to weave your web, right? This is what I have to tell you. I know one way, right? I know many people do it. People do this. What I'm going to explain to you, they do it in many ways, right? But I know this one way that works, right? So what you have to do for this, you have to go inside for this, right? Um, and I've touched on it before. It's about music and songs. Your favourite ones or ones that'll stir your emotions. You want your heart open, okay? So what they're saying, right, is just take one to start with. I'll put one down below if you want, and you can use that. But what you have to do is you have to sing it like you're singing it to them, whoever they are, whoever this ideal that you have way down, right? I mean, it comes from somewhere, whatever you can imagine, whatever you can imagine it can be. Do you know what I mean? So, whatever you believe in, it can be. I know, right, okay. That they're calling that small talk when I go off like that. So, right. So you're listening to it, right? And with feeling, get your heart open. And then once you've listened to it, listen to it again, right? As if you sing it, as if they're singing it to you, right? And then how does that feel, right? That's all you have to do. All you have to know. Once you've done it one way and done it the other way, right? How does that feel? And I'll tell you how that feels, right? Because if you do it right, because they had me doing this ages ago, and I can't believe they're making me do this. Told you I was the lamb to the slaughter, didn't I? Right, I'll tell you how it feels. It can break your brain, especially if it's the partner that you're with now, right? The partner that you're with now is if you were thinking you were singing, back and forward like that. That now there's slightly different information. There's slightly different information, right, for the couples. But at the moment, I don't even think of it like it's you. It's all about you and about your turning into this butterfly, right? That's what this is about. That this is what you have to do, because what's coming in, because there's an influx of the masculines, twins flames, and this is why I have to tell you, and this is why they've made me get on here, so that you know what you are doing for when it comes in, right? Because it's not what I thought. We keep getting that all the time, isn't it? It's not what I thought. This is so it's so large, right? So where am I? Where am I? It can break your brain. No, right? But if if you've done it with like, it can, right? It because it's a shift. What it does is it shifts your perspective, right? That's what that feels like, when your brain goes, whoa, that's what it feels like, a shift, So especially if it was your partner, it makes you look at them differently, Did the pass? Right, I'm getting into trouble. Right now, this is a warning, right? Especially if you are with someone. You don't do this with just one song, right? And I've told you this, it's slightly different, but not for couples. But you don't do it with one song alone, right? You do it with many songs. And what you have to do, right, is imagine if you could communicate with your twin flame telepathically, right? Imagine that. Well, you can. It doesn't matter if you don't believe that, because there's something in here for you, definitely, right? But you can, right? And pretty soon, right, when you're doing these songs, pretty soon, you're doing it back and forward like that, you get into the swing of it, you'll be singing to them, right? And they will be singing to you. You will sing different verses to each other in different songs. You will sing about all sorts of emotions. You'll have fun, and you'll tease each other in many ways. In short, you're building up this rapport. Now remember, you're imagining this, right? till you're not, because remember, this is telepathic. This business, it's telepathic, and this part of it, this is why I have to tell the feminines this now, right? So you know how to handle what's coming at you. Oh God. Right? This is the part that is very important to the feminines right now. See, you might have. I'm having to do this as if I know many of you know what I'm talking about, and you're already there or thereabouts. But I'm having to explain it to people who don't understand this side. You know, this side, this other world. So where was I now? Right, you're building up a rapport, right? You telepath, right? It's going on in the ethers, right? And what you'll find is a song will just come into your head, into your awareness from nowhere, or you'll hear it just all of a sudden. You'll zone into a song or part of one, and you'll think, cheeky sod, or it could make you laugh, you know. It becomes like they're actually saying it to you. Now then, this is where we get to where if you don't believe it, right? And if you don't believe it, that's fine, because by doing this, you're going to find out what you want, right? What you want, and you are transforming yourself with this. This is how you do it, right? And you find out how you want someone to be with you and what you don't want. And see, in doing it in this way, with your emotions, with your heart open, right, you feel, you know, when your heart is open, it's the truth, isn't it? It's just the truth. I don't know what cards to go for or what. I don't even know why I'm picking them up, because I don't. There's lots of information. I'm going to keep myself really thingy to you. Right. So it's doing it in this way, right? That because you know the feeling of it. We all know the feelings of things, even if we can't put words to them, right? And the reason it's done like this is because you're not gonna get a list. You know, you're not going to be able to make that list. That list is too long, and you can't remember all the time. You know, you can't remember all the things that you say, like Sandra Bullock in Practical Magic with the different coloured eyes and the star and everything. And I want a Hobbit house, and no, scrap that. I'll have a mobile deluxe home and just travel. The borders are opening. They have to open because all this influx of these twin flames, and now, oh, you have no idea. I didn't know. They slammed it on me today. Right, there's no cards coming out because they just want me to tell you it. So, what I'm saying is, you can, it's not a list. You know, like love isn't words, is it? It's emotions, and it's all of them. And that's why when you do it with the songs like that, it opens you up, right? And you can see it love, you can see it in the eyes, can't you? The eyes are the only thing that the soul shines from, because in every incarnation your eyes are the same, right? And so you're not going to even remember all your great big long lists. You're only going to really remember the feeling. Do you know what I mean? Yes, somebody may come along and they said, you can't remember all the things that you've said. Oh yeah, I'd like this in a man or a woman. I'd like this or I'd like that. But you know when it's said. Do you understand? You can't remember all them things that you've thought about when you've been the Queen of Cups. You can't remember all them things. Do you know what I mean? But if they say these things to you, you remember them. something will click, you know, you'll feel it, you'll click it, you'll just know, like, that it will be so random. I think that's a different part, right? It's a different part of it, right? I've just got to do this for the minute. So, you're not going to remember your list, but you definitely know the feelings, right? And what happens is, when you listen to one, right, and 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 you start singing at the same time in your head, and that really shifts your brain, right? If you try to do it as if you're both singing the same, as if you're both feeling the same, that's what I mean. If that imaginary whoever, right, was actually feeling exactly the same as you, right then, right there in that moment, right?